What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mile High Misfits. So in today's episode, we're going to be replacing the harmonic balancer on our 1994 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham limo. And so here are the tools that you need for that. So first off, you're going to need a 13 millimeter. We have this on a breaker bar. This is going to get our serpentine belt off. Then we have a 5/8 on a ratchet. That's going to be for the bolts on your harmonic balancer. Then we're going to use this pry bar and a rubber mallet so that way we can pull the harmonic balancer off of the snout. And then here is the new harmonic balancer, and that's the part number right there. So here is the old one that we have, and as you can see, some of this rubber in here is starting to come out, like right here. It's looking in pretty rough shape. And then we're gonna start up the car too, so you can see it's got a little bit of a wobble on it. So that shows that it needs to be replaced. So you can see there that wobble. So that shows us that we need to replace it. So first we're going to take off the serpentine belt by rotating this guy. Just like that. Now we're going to take off these 5/8 bolts. So now we're going to pry around the edges of this guy to try and release it from the snout here. You have to be very careful because right behind there is the OptiSpark distributor. So you don't want to pry against that because that can damage it. And if you damage that, that's going to be a huge problem. And it's kind of a pain in the ass to replace those. So make sure you're careful when you're prying this. You can use the mallet to kind of loosen it up. And you might have to use heat if it's been a while since that thing's been off. But yeah, just get it off and then we can hammer on the new one. So ours has been off recently. So it really didn't take much, just a little bit of a tap from the rubber mallet.
She's hot.
And it's already pretty loose. So you might have to kind of wobble it back and forth, but it should come off just like that. Out with the old, in with the new. All this rubber looks like it's in great shape compared to this. She's about to be like a brand new limo. So basically what we're gonna do is we're going to slide it onto the snout, and then we're going to line up the bolts. Put them in with this guy on there, obviously. Snug up the bolts as much as we can. Then we're gonna use a rubber mallet to hammer it on and then snug up the bolts and just continue to do that until it sits flush.
Yeah, if it's not going in, just force it in. We got a saying around here. If it doesn't fit, we'll make it.
Okay guys, quick update. So, as you saw in the previous clip, obviously the bolts don't line up. That is because we got a cheap shit part from Rock Auto. So we're gonna get that return started, and then basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna run over to Advance Auto Parts and pick one up from them. It's a Dorman part. I usually don't like Dorman parts, but you know, at this point, what other choice do we have? So we're gonna go get that, and then we'll install that on the car instead, and hopefully the bolts actually line up this time. So stay tuned. And we're back, guys. So here is the Dorman part number that we got. Shout out to Advance Auto Parts for this. So here is our new one. This one looks a little bit nicer. We got some nice machine marks on there. So hopefully this one lines up correctly with the bolt holes of the factory one. We're gonna ship this one back to Rock Auto. Unfortunately, you know, hopefully we can get our money back, but I guess we'll see. So now we're gonna try and install this one, and we'll show you guys how it goes. All right, so here we go. This guy just slides right on there. And yes, indeed, all the bolts lined up perfectly. So we have concluded it was a shit part from Rock Auto.
Don't buy ATP dampers. ATP is Chinese garbage.
And now to finish it off, we're gonna put the serpentine belt back on. So right here you have your belt diagram. So this is how it's supposed to be run. There it shows the tensioner. So we're basically just gonna pull it down and route it the same way that it shows right there.
Okay.
Now we're just going to snug these down one more time with a ratchet.
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing when you have the right parts how easy things are.
Now it's time to start it up and make sure that we don't have any more wobble. And there we go. That's how you install the harmonic balancer on a 1994 Cadillac Fleetwood. And that does it for this week, guys. But if you found that video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.